We are here in the enchanting city of Salem, Massachusetts, home to the 1692 Salem Witch Trials. We're going to check out some cool things to see and do here in Salem. Hey everyone, Scott the Scott Man, and welcome. It is great to be here in Salem. I've always wanted to come over here, but never had a chance to until now. So, one cool thing about Salem is that it was founded back in 1626 by Roger Conant. And a little fun fact, back in 1790, so this was after the Revolutionary War, Salem was the 6th largest city in the United States. It's a little hard to believe that, especially given the fact of how small Salem is today compared to all the other cities in the United States. Okay, I think I've talked long enough. Let's start our adventure today. But before I forget, we're starting off the video here at Salem Common, which is the central park here in downtown Salem. And at the southern end of the park, we have an abandoned elementary school, which, if you've ever seen the Halloween movie Hocus Pocus, it was where the high school was in the movie. Because the movie Hocus Pocus, all the outdoor segments were all filmed either here in Salem or in nearby Marblehead. And as we walk to the west on Brown Street from the Roger Conant statue, we come over to the area near the Salem Visitor Center, and we got some very cool historical buildings here, including the John Ward House behind me. The house was built by leather dresser John Ward back between 1684 and 1732. And what's really cool about the house is that it has a steep pitched roof and a central chimney. And you come over here, you have the first Quakers meeting house too. As we have seen so far, we've seen quite a bit of different attractions throughout Salem, which feature a lot of different like witch museums, witch dungeons. So yeah, so if you're really into all the witchcraft stuff, so you have a lot of different museums to check out. One word of advice is check out the reviews just to make sure that you're going to some really cool attractions and not like just overrated tourist traps or anything like that. But one cool site though has some direct relationship to the Salem Witch Trials, we have the witch house right across the street. Back in 1675, Judge Jonathan Corwin purchased this house, and as I was just saying, it was one of the only buildings still standing here in Salem which has had a direct connection with the Salem Witch Trials. And over here we have the Old Town Hall, which was built back in 1816 and is the oldest surviving municipal building in Salem. And over here we have the Salem Witch Trials Memorial. This memorial commemorates the 20 people who were accused of witchcraft back during the Salem Witch Trials of 1692 due to superstition, fear, and an imperfect judicial system. You can see each of the 20 stones here representing the 20 people who lost their lives during the Salem Witch Trials, in which over 200 people were accused of witchcraft, but only 20 of them were tried. And over here, this is the Charter Street Cemetery, which is right next door. This was established back in 1637. As you can tell, this is quite an old cemetery, which has been around since even before the Salem Witch Trials. And over here we have the Peabody Essex Museum. This is the oldest continuously running museum in the United States, and it's one of the fastest growing museums in all of North America. It's a really cool art museum which we have to check out, and it is one of the top attractions here in Salem. Although that might change if a virgin lights the black flame candle. Alright, so let's continue and let's head over little bit closer to the harbor. And welcome to the Salem Maritime National Historic Site. This is the first National Historic Site established in the United States back in 1938. And the reason why it was made a National Historic Site is to preserve the wharves and the historic buildings. Because remember earlier in the video when I mentioned that Salem was the 6th largest city in the United States in 1790? Well, the reason for that is that Salem was a big seaport back in the day, during like the late 18th century, early 19th century, as there are a lot of merchants, mariners, and shipbuilders employed here. As a part of the historic site, we have one of its many buildings. Behind us, that is the Custom House. One little cool fact is that famous author Nathaniel Hawthorne worked there from 1846 to 1849. And he also wrote his famous novel, The Scarlet Letter, here too. And over here, this is the Derby House. This was built back in 1672 and is the oldest surviving brick structure in Salem today. And over there, that is the Narbonne House. This was built back in 1675, and it's also one of the few surviving middle-class homes from the 17th century still standing here in the U.S. And as a part of the Custom House, which we saw just a minute ago, this is the Scale House, which this was to store the different scales that they used for when they were weighing cargo, which was coming in from overseas. So there's a lot of great history here in Salem, and there's more to Salem than just the Salem Witch Trials and all the witch museums, although it's like you still have to make a mention about it though. It is an icon of the city. Alright, it's been a while since I've had some food, so I'm getting hungry, so let's go find a restaurant to get some food. And I found the spot. This is Sea Level Oyster House. It is one of the great restaurants here in Salem, and for what I was seeing online and the reviews, a lot of great seafood. So, because I'm gonna be leaving Massachusetts tomorrow, so I might as well get some seafood while I'm here. So the good news is I was able to get a table outside and got some cool views of the harbor out there, including that Central Wharf we saw earlier. Lots of great seafood. They also got tacos, burgers, salads too. But I got their fried haddock and chips with some of the Scottman Classic or coleslaw. We had some of their fries and they're really good. Don't even need ketchup with them. Yep, digging some of the coleslaw really quick.
There's enough heat circulating from the other around them on either side.
Not bad. It's a little different because it has a taste of pickles in it. Not much of a pickle fan, but not a bad mix. This is a gigantic piece of haddock. Go ahead and I'll dig in. It's pretty good. Cooked very well. There is a lot of breading on it though, but I still like it though. Well, that filled me up. So now that I'm fully recharged, now I'll go check out a few more cool things around Salem before we conclude the video. But yeah, it's mid-April and it feels like it's July right now. It feels really, really nice. And over here we have another major attraction here in Salem. This is the House of the Seven Gables. Features a house built back in 1668 by merchant and shipbuilder John Turner I, along with his wife Elizabeth Turner. And another cool thing is that it was also the setting of a novel by Nathaniel Hawthorne written back in 1851. This is the Hooper Hathaway house, which was built back around 1682. This is a great example of what American architecture looked like back in the 1600s. For many decades, this was a well-known bakery which was run by the Hathaway family. And this house here, this is the birthplace of Nathaniel Hawthorne. The house was built in 1750, but Hawthorne was born in the second floor of this house back on July 4th, 1804. Nathaniel Hawthorne was the one who wrote The House of the Seven Gables as well as The Scarlet Letter. Well, it's a great history over there. But what was really cool is like normally just to walk around the grounds or even go inside Nathaniel Hawthorne's birthplace, you have to pay like a small fee. However, they were telling me that was free to enter today. So how lucky was that? Man, those works of art were absolutely fantastic. So that was the Punto Urban Art Museum. So it's located just to the south of the harbor and it got a lot of fantastic street art. But I have to say, Salem is such a beautiful community. I'm so glad I finally got a chance to check it out. As you can tell, it's more than just all the different witch museums that are all around the city. But Salem is very, very popular in the fall, especially in October, where everybody from all over comes to Salem. And then especially crowded on Halloween. Alright, so before we conclude this video, we're gonna head over by the water. There's one, maybe even two parks we can check out that's, again, right on the water. But first, let's go get a quick bite to eat. I'm in the mood for some tacos, so we go across the street, get some great tacos over at Spitfire Tacos. I've seen some of the reviews online and they got some really good stuff, so let's go across and get some tacos. Those tacos were quite good. I got a pork taco and then, I didn't show it on camera, I got a fish taco. Cooked to order and just absolutely delicious with great flavors. Alright, now let's head to the park to conclude this video. And welcome to Winter Island. This is one of Salem's beautiful parks. This is located right on the water here, and so what's cool about the park is that you have a boat ramp, you got a campground, and even a beach too. But not only that, but we also have the Pickering Lighthouse and great views of the sea. And here's the sea as it heads out to the Atlantic Ocean. I've had such a great time here in Salem today. There's a lot of great history here, lots of cool sights, and of course, as you saw, there's a lot of different witch museums that you can check out. But at the same time, there's also a lot of great history too, like from the Peabody Essex Museum with a lot of the art. There's a lot of other great museums to check out too. Yep, yeah, definitely have to check out Salem on your next trip to Massachusetts. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video here of Salem, Massachusetts. Oh, one last thing I forgot to mention. Yeah, as we were walking through here, this used to be the site of the former Fort Pickering. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click this. Be sure to click that subscribe button to come along and join for the adventure, and don't forget to click that notification bell so that way you know when a new video goes live. Well, thank you for watching, and this is Scott, or the Scott Man, signing out here from Salem, Massachusetts.